Your self-image, how you see yourself, significantly influences your success more than any external measure, including your physical appearance. Dr. Maxwell Maltz's research was groundbreaking in that it shifted the focus from merely changing external factors to understanding and reshaping the internal blueprint of who we believe we are. Dr. Maltz discovered that our self-image is not something static or predetermined. Instead, it is shaped dynamically by several factors. One of the key influences on our self-image is the impact of authority figures. From early childhood, the voices of parents, teachers, and mentors leave deep imprints on us. Their admiration, criticism, and even subtle cues contribute to the image we hold of ourselves. A kind word or a harsh critique from someone we admire can become the lens through which we evaluate our own worth, often establishing a foundation that persists throughout our lives. Another significant mold for our self-image comes from the intensity of our life experiences. Every memorable event, whether it is a triumphant success or a challenging setback, carries an emotional weight that reinforces our beliefs. For instance, achieving a milestone can boost confidence and build a positive self-image, while repeated failures might seed a belief of inadequacy. However, the beauty of this system lies in its potential for transformation. By reinterpreting our past experiences, we have the power to reshape our self-concept. This means that what might once have been a limiting memory can be reframed, opening pathways toward empowerment and growth. Repetition is the final critical piece in this construct. Our daily lives are filled with repeated messages and interactions, be it through self-talk, affirmations, or routine feedback from our environment. Over time, these recurrences consolidate into patterns of belief that define our self-image. If these messages are positive and reinforcing, they create a self-fulfilling prophecy where success becomes attainable. Conversely, negative and repeated criticisms can entrench limiting beliefs, holding us back from reaching our full potential. In essence, this segment challenges us to consider that success is rooted in the self, a mosaic composed of influential voices, powerful experiences, and habitual reinforcements. By consciously shaping a positive self-image, we tap into a reservoir of potential that propels us forward, proving that the inner narrative is the true architect of outward success. Within the framework of Psycho-Cybernetics, visualization emerges as a powerful tool for reshaping our self-concept. This process invites us to assume the role of a director in our own mental theater, where we convene vivid images of our ideal selves. The theater of the mind is not merely a metaphor, but an active system that enables us to reprogram our inner narrative. When you form detailed mental images of a more confident, capable, and successful version of yourself, your brain begins to entertain these scenarios as authentic experiences. The core concept here is that our minds often cannot distinguish between an experience that is vividly imagined and one that is actually lived. Thus, when you consistently visualize yourself executing tasks brilliantly, overcoming challenges, or interacting positively in various situations, you train your subconscious to mirror those behaviors in real life. This mental rehearsal becomes a rehearsal for success, where each session chips away at self-imposed limitations and replaces them with a robust, empowering self-image. Practicing visualization involves more than just fleeting thoughts. It calls for a deliberate and systematic approach. Picture yourself in specific scenarios with as much detail as possible. Imagine the sounds, the environment, the emotions, and even the subtle cues in your body language. With each detailed run-through, your subconscious starts to adopt these new patterns. Over time, these imagined moments bridge the gap between what once seemed unattainable and a lived, tangible reality. As you consistently watch yourself succeed in this mental theater, you are gradually rewiring your brain's response to challenges, encouraging a mindset that is more creative, resilient, and forward-looking. Beyond strengthening confidence, this visualization process helps dismantle deeply ingrained limiting beliefs. By actively constructing a mental image of the ideal self, you challenge bottom-up narratives that may have held you back in the past. With regular practice, these positive mental images foster a transformative feedback loop where the conviction of success amplifies actual achievements, which in turn reinforces the empowering self-image further. In essence, Forming clear, detailed, and repetitive mental images is a subtle yet profound exercise. It gradually induces lasting behavioral change by aligning your inner visions with your outer reality, proving that with consistent visualization, the path to success is more a matter of internal reprogramming than solely external effort. Our minds house an incredible, often underappreciated engine that propels us toward our goals, the automatic success mechanism. This concept is grounded in the understanding that, once a goal is clearly defined, your subconscious begins tirelessly working on solutions even beneath the level of conscious thought. It automatically begins to align your thoughts and actions with that objective. Even when you are not actively focused on the goal, this mental system processes the details in the background, offering solutions and creative insights during moments of unexpected clarity, perhaps when you're taking a walk, relaxing, or even sleeping. One of the most fascinating aspects of this automatic mechanism is its relentless nature. Unlike the conscious mind, which can become bogged down by overthinking or distractions, the subconscious works continuously, connecting disparate ideas and testing associations that might not be immediately evident. This is why breakthroughs or aha moments occur suddenly, seemingly out of nowhere. The subconscious, having been quietly engaged in the problem-solving process, delivers results that can reshape your path forward. Moreover, the clarity with which you set your goals directly impacts how effectively this mechanism operates. Vague or unfocused objectives leave your subconscious with little direction, causing your available talents and insights to dissipate into general busyness. In contrast, sharply defined goals create a roadmap, enabling your internal system to steer your actions and fortify your resolve with targeted insights. This alignment of conscious intent with subconscious processing is a dynamic duo for achieving success. Embracing the automatic success mechanism means trusting that, once you articulate your ambitions, your mind becomes an unwavering ally. Rather than forcing every solution through sheer willpower, you can step back, allow your subconscious to take the lead, and benefit from the innovative approaches it devises along the way. This balance between conscious planning and unconscious problem-solving is a powerful pathway to genuine, sustainable achievement. Success isn't solely the product of relentless effort or sheer willpower. It is driven by the power of imagination, a creative force that illuminates a path to breakthrough solutions. When you tap into your imagination, you activate a dynamic process where your subconscious steps in as an invaluable ally, continuously generating innovative ideas and strategies without the exhaustive strain of constant conscious effort. Willpower often connotes the image of an individual who battles through obstacles with sheer determination. While willpower certainly initiates action, it is a finite resource that, when overtaxed, can lead to burnout or impasse. In contrast, imagination opens a boundless arena where creative potential flows freely. By engaging your imagination, you are effectively delegating complex tasks to your subconscious. This mental delegation allows your inner mind to work in the background, synthesizing learned experiences, abstract concepts, and subtle cues into novel solutions that may not surface during deliberate, effort-heavy thinking. Imagine your mind as a creative workshop. When you vividly visualize a successful outcome, whether it's acing a presentation, innovating at work, or mastering a new skill, you set in motion a cascade of mental rehearsals. This theater of the mind equips your subconscious with a detailed blueprint that, eventually, transforms into tangible action. Instead of forcing progress through raw willpower, you allow your mind's natural tendency for creative problem-solving to take the lead. In doing so, you create a mental environment where challenges are met with inventive approaches, and solutions emerge as a natural byproduct of a mind that has been primed with possibility. History is replete with innovators who have credited their breakthroughs to moments when their imagination transcended the need for constant, grueling effort. Their creative insights were often the result of letting their minds wander freely, visualizing different outcomes, and trusting that the subconscious would piece together the answers. In our daily lives, this means that by nurturing our creative faculties through visualization, we don't just chase our goals with determination. We empower our inner creative engine to find paths of least resistance toward success. Ultimately, Shifting the focus from willpower to imagination transforms how you approach challenges. Instead of expending endless energy battling obstacles, you invite a process where your subconscious becomes the inventive force propelling you forward. Embrace creative visualization as a tool for effortless innovation, and allow your inner mind to chart the course for genuine, sustainable achievement. Dehypnotizing limiting beliefs is a transformative process focused on replacing self-imposed constraints with empowering, rationally derived convictions. Our minds, much like an unsuspecting audience, can easily be hypnotized by negative narratives instilled throughout our lives. These narratives, often seeded in early experiences, criticisms, and repeated messages from authority figures, shape our self-concept and can restrict our true potential. The key, however, is to engage in rational thought to challenge these false beliefs, replacing them with perspectives that enable growth rather than inhibit progress. At its core, this process begins with awareness. We must first recognize the limiting beliefs that have been unwittingly programmed into our subconscious. Whether it is the notion that we are not smart enough to lead or that our past mistakes define our future, these ideas tend to operate automatically, coloring our interpretation of challenges and opportunities. Once these beliefs are brought into conscious awareness, we can employ rational analysis to examine their origin and validity. Are these beliefs based on concrete evidence or simply relics of past experiences colored by fear and doubt? Rational thought serves as an effective antidote. By systematically questioning and scrutinizing each limiting belief, we gradually strip away the unfounded assumptions that have taken root. For example, if you find yourself thinking, "I always fail when faced with challenges," take a moment to reflect on past successes, even small ones, to counter that narrative. By examining hard evidence and applying logical reasoning, you create an internal dialogue that favors possibility over pessimism. This deliberate process of cognitive reframing not only alters your internal narrative, but also has a direct impact on your actions and emotional responses. As you continue to challenge and replace these negative perceptions, you begin to notice a fundamental shift in your behavior. With each rational counterpoint, your subconscious reprograms itself, gradually loosening the grip of outdated, limiting beliefs. This transformation manifests as increased confidence, a willingness to take risks, and an overall sense of empowerment. In turn, your actions start to align with the new, positive beliefs, creating a self-reinforcing cycle of success. Ultimately, dehypnotizing limiting beliefs is about reclaiming control over your mental processes. By substituting irrational limitations with empowering, rational insights, you open the door to a more resilient, resourceful, and dynamic way of living. Embrace the challenge, scrutinize your inner voice, and allow rational thought to guide you towards a future free from self-imposed restrictions. True confidence and success are not dictated by external circumstances or the fleeting praise of the world. Instead, they stem from an inner state, a unique, winning feeling that arises when you recall your past achievements. This internal sense of victory is a powerful force that fuels your ambition and ignites your drive to conquer new challenges. To evoke the winning feeling, begin by reflecting on moments in your life where you triumphed over adversity. These experiences, whether big or small, serve as undeniable proof of your resilience and capability. When you remember how you navigated difficult situations, your mind replays scenes of triumph that reinforce your belief in your potential. This positive recollection is more than mere memory. It acts as a mental rehearsal of success, energizing you and laying the groundwork for future victories. Unlike external validation, which can be fickle and uncertain, the winning feeling is rooted in your personal history. External achievements, accolades, and recognition are temporary, but the internal joy derived from overcoming obstacles endures. By tapping into this reservoir of success, you create a self-sustaining cycle of confidence. Every recollection of past triumph injects a surge of vitality into your present endeavors, inspiring you to set higher goals and face new challenges with unwavering certainty. Furthermore, cultivating this inner victory reshapes your approach to setbacks. When you ground yourself in the memory of previous successes, current failures or obstacles transform from insurmountable barriers into temporary hurdles on your journey. This empowering perspective enables you to take calculated risks and view challenges as opportunities for growth. Your body and mind begin to operate in harmony, drawing strength from a well of accomplished experiences, thereby transforming each moment into a stepping stone toward further success. Ultimately, embracing the winning feeling nurtures an internal culture of excellence that is entirely self-determined. This state of mind liberates you from the constant search for external affirmation, allowing you to lean into the quiet confidence built over years of small triumphs and significant milestones. When you feel this surge of self-assuredness, it not only propels you to face emerging challenges but also transforms setbacks into fertile ground for learning. Every time you remember a victory, even one that seemed inconsequential at the moment, you add another layer of strength to your foundation, empowering you to step boldly into the future. This internal empowerment ushers you into a realm of boundless possibility. Sometimes, the key to breakthrough success is not in relentless effort, but in allowing your inner wisdom to emerge naturally. This segment emphasizes that true progress happens when you let your subconscious take the lead, instead of over-relying on sheer willpower. Rather than forcing solutions through constant conscious struggle, embrace a relaxed state and pair it with deliberate visualization to allow new ideas to arise organically. When you relax, your mind shifts into a state where it can process experiences and insights without the heavy weight of stress. This calm mental space is conducive to creative thinking. By engaging in visualization exercises, imagining yourself overcoming obstacles and reaching your goals, you create a clear mental blueprint for success. Over time, your subconscious absorbs these positive images and works silently in the background, piecing together innovative solutions and strategies that you might not have reached through forceful thinking. This process is similar to tending a garden. When you water and nurture the soil, you don't rush or force the plants to grow. You simply trust that, with time and proper care, nature will do its work. In the same way, by trusting the process and not forcing every solution, you allow your subconscious to integrate information and reveal insights at its own pace. Rather than experiencing moments of frustration when progress seems slow, you cultivate patience and confidence in the natural unfolding of your ideas. Adopting this approach means intentionally setting aside time for relaxation and visualization. Practices like meditation, quiet reflection, or even simple deep breathing exercises can help calm the mind. In these moments of quiet, distractions fall away, and your subconscious is free to explore new connections and possibilities. This state of relaxed alertness is where genuine breakthroughs happen, when you are receptive to the innovative solutions that naturally emerge from your mind's deeper workings. In essence, trusting the process is about acknowledging that your success isn't solely the result of willful effort. It is the outcome of a harmonious interplay between conscious planning and the subconscious's continuous problem-solving. When you let go of excessive force and allow time for natural development, you not only reduce stress but also empower your brain to achieve breakthroughs that feel both effortless and transformative. This balanced approach cultivates a mindset where progress flows naturally, paving the way for genuine, sustained achievement. Happiness is a state of mind that we can cultivate deliberately, rather than a temporary byproduct of external events. In our fast-paced world, it is all too common to let daily setbacks, misunderstandings, or unexpected challenges determine our emotional landscape. However, true happiness emerges from the positive choices we make every day. It grows not from circumstance, but through a consistent focus on personal goals, gratitude, and a commitment to self-improvement. Often, unhappiness arises when we personalize every negative event as a reflection of our self-worth. When a project falters or a conversation goes awry, it can be easy to internalize these experiences, believing they are indicative of inherent inadequacies. This tendency to blame ourselves creates a cycle of negativity and self-doubt that undermines our ability to appreciate life's positive moments. Instead, by learning to separate our self-worth from the events around us, we begin to see setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow. This shift in perception is crucial for building an enduring sense of happiness. To develop happiness as a habit, one must engage in daily practices that nurture a positive mindset. Simple routines, such as setting daily intentions, maintaining a gratitude journal, or taking a few minutes to reflect on progress, can profoundly impact how we perceive and react to life's ups and downs. These practices serve as reminders that our ongoing progress toward our goals is a testament to our strength and resilience. They help us notice and celebrate even the small victories, reinforcing a mindset that values growth over perfection. Moreover, purposeful focus is integral to this process. When we channel our energy toward achieving our long-term objectives, we build a sense of purpose that transcends momentary disappointments. Each step toward our goals becomes proof of our determination, propelling us to continue forging ahead despite challenges. Over time, this dedicated approach weaves happiness into the fabric of our daily existence, making it less dependent on external validation and more rooted in our inner resolve. By choosing to view life through a lens of constructive optimism, we transform our routine into a continuous celebration of progress. In nurturing happiness as a habit, we reclaim control over our emotional lives and pave the way for sustained contentment and genuine fulfillment. This proactive approach reminds us that while external events may influence our surroundings, our inner state is determined by the choices we make every day. Truly empowering. Mental resilience is not a fixed trait. It is a choice that you can cultivate actively through practices like visualization. By regularly picturing yourself overcoming obstacles, you empower your mind to adapt and thrive regardless of external circumstances. This process of mental rehearsal builds a robust internal foundation, where challenges become opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable barriers. Visualization is more than an escape or a temporary distraction. It is a deliberate method to reframe your mindset. When you close your eyes and consistently imagine yourself surmounting challenges, navigating difficult conversations, solving complex problems at work, or bouncing back from setbacks, you create a vivid internal image of your own strength. This mental imagery reinforces the belief that you have the resources needed to succeed, even in adverse conditions. With each session, the neural pathways in your brain strengthen, gradually making resilience a habitual part of your response system. This practice also reminds you that your mindset, not external factors, determines how you experience life's ups and downs. When difficult situations arise, a well-practiced visualization habit provides you with a reference point, a mental archive of past victories that can guide you through uncertainty. Instead of reacting with stress or surrendering to discouragement, you tap into the calm confidence nurtured by your imagined experiences. Over time, this empowers you to approach real-life challenges with a proactive, solution-oriented attitude. Moreover, the power of visualization lies in its ability to make resilience a conscious choice. Daily stressors and unexpected events may shake your external world, but by dedicating time to visualize positive outcomes and successful coping strategies, you send a clear message to your subconscious, "I can handle this." This repeated practice transforms your inner narrative. Instead of being mired in a cycle of doubt and fear, your mind becomes attuned to possibilities and creative solutions, reinforcing a sense of determination and grit. Ultimately, building mental resilience through visualization is about taking control of your internal dialogue. It is a practice that reminds you that even when the world outside feels unpredictable, you have the power to sculpt your inner reality. By regularly engaging in the routine of visualizing triumph over adversity, you construct an unyielding mental armor, preparing you to face, overcome, and rise above any challenge that comes your way. In our fast-paced lives, the art of carving out a mental sanctuary, a quiet room within our minds, provides a powerful refuge from daily stresses. This dedicated space is not tied to a physical location, but is a consciously crafted retreat where you can recalibrate emotionally, find calmness, and nurture your focus and resilience consistently. Imagine that for a few moments each day, you intentionally disconnect from the digital noise, the rush of responsibilities, and the overwhelming flow of thoughts. In this mental haven, you can close your eyes and welcome quietude, a state where your mind takes a much-needed break. Whether you achieve this by concentrating on your breath, gently unwinding with meditation, or visualizing a serene setting like a peaceful garden or a sunlit room filled with soft light, you train yourself to build a personal space of calmness. Creating this quiet room in your mind is an act of self-care. It involves deliberately setting aside time to retreat, even if just for a few minutes, into a space that is all your own. This internal retreat is where you can review your emotions, adjust your thoughts, and align your goals with your inner strength. When external chaos threatens your peace, this mental space becomes a trusted anchor that helps you regain control, enabling you to approach challenges with a renewed perspective and a balanced temperament. The practice of entering your quiet room reinforces a mindset that values self-reflection and relaxation. With each visit, you remind yourself that your well-being is not determined by external conditions but by the inner choices you make. As you consistently gather in this mental shelter, you build the mental resilience necessary to deal with life's uncertainties. This routine instills a powerful message in your subconscious that you have the capacity to find stillness amid turbulence and clarity in the midst of distraction. Establishing such a space is not an act of escapism, but a well-grounded method of empowerment. It is a deliberate pause that refreshes your cognitive and emotional faculties, allowing you to come back to your daily life more centered and focused. Over time, this practice not only enhances your capacity for sustained concentration, but also fuels the inner strength that supports creative problem-solving and effective decision-making. Embrace the quiet room in your mind as a sanctuary where peace, clarity, and resilience are nurtured every single day.